Good morning, ladies. I'm here. Morning, Carol. Good morning, Cavell. Well, maybe we need to wait a few minutes and see if more people are coming. If not, I am all ready. Doug comes home, turn the computer off, turn it on. Didn't happen, but I didn't know to do that, so I don't hear any echoing today. Can you hear me fine? Well, I'm not going to get upset because you may just have what came in and aren't sitting there. And that's okay. But if you can't hear me, it would help me to know. There's Barbara. Good morning, Barbara. Good, Carol. Thank you. She's telling me that she hears me loud with no echo. It was simply a task of shutting it off and turning it back on. But I didn't know. It was interesting because then I went to do a session yesterday and it wouldn't let the image show me. So there must have been something mixed up in my computer. I don't know. And it all worked out. All she had to do, she could hear me, she couldn't see me. That, which to me is the old way we used to do healing is. Thank you, Barbara, which was on the phone. It's funny how lost I feel if I have to go to do a phone session when I did it for years. I'm just very used to this way now. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes and we'll start setting the energy. I bought this necklace. Carol, you might remember years ago. And they were teasing me. Maybe I should put it up on my third eye. Well, last night it came. I need to wear it over my throat chakra today for all the gods of light that I'm going to talk. Little boost. I get you, Barbara. That must be what's happening. It's not going to happen today. So before I start, I want to ask if anyone has a specific question they would like to see if Isis would answer. It looks familiar. Yeah. It's been sitting in a little velvet bag. Yeah. But I still had to wear my other one. It didn't say not to wear it. So, and Isis is blue. So I guess it gave me opportunity to be more prepared. I felt bad there was just so many people on. This was my card for today. The world. Archangel Michael. Job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path toward enlightenment. And you can see he's of the blue world also. Okay. We'll wait till 2 minutes. We'll start doing I just want to pick a card for the group. All right, this is the 10 of air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. Addiction can be to a lot of things. Could be an emotional, could be alcohol, drug, whoever. Or to people. Yeah. Cool. So things are changing. All right, that's a good one. But she's hearing, so she may just incorporate it in her discussion, or in the end we'll ask. Let me see how you wrote it. Overwhelmingness. And we could not find that picture. Carol, did you find or look for that picture of Isis in the sky? It was so powerful. Her wings were way out. And here we are in the backyard, and we look up, and full color. It was beautiful. Magical things happen in Shasta. But those of you who are here, I appreciate you. Did you have a question, Cavell? Carol? Okay. All right. So all the energy through me and around this circle for all of you is complete and protected. I just want to mention before I start talking, Isis is the goddess of mother and children and wisdom. So, okay, well, thank you for looking. And here's my notes. No need. Well, thank you. What a lovely day 90. Here you are. Thank you for coming. I'm getting ready to call in Isis. First, let's bring Mother and Father down into all of our hearts. Let's breathe some calming breaths. Good. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. We're all going to go rooted down within ourselves to root the energy for today. Isis was also a great magical being and a great healer. And she used her hands a lot in her healing work that she did. For instance, she was married to Ariasis, who was killed, and she dug up and placed him in other places, 13 of them, and he reappeared. And she had brought him back to life, which was another gift she had that she could reinstill people in life. The mother of Horus, which we all are familiar with. And also, in the masterwork, she's known as the sword of the throat, which is how to perceive the spoken word, to only speak truth. And for myself and my studies and seeing so many people, I would say the consensus is that's the hardest thing to bring forward, is to speak the truth in living in our world today. Yes. So I want to say, okay, what's in store for the world in terms of strife? Okay, so if we get to that piece and she's talking about it, feel free to ask something else in a way, and I'll put my glasses back on, all right? So I can see. You know, you don't hear too many people speaking to Isis. And the question that came to me yesterday from someone was, well, is she even alive? And I must bring you all back to the awareness that there is everlasting life. And there is a place where everyone is alive in their world, however they've chosen that. She does have a temple. I have a temple myself. That's mine is up above Titicaca. She's asked not to reveal where hers is. She is still enjoying somewhat of a solitude, and yet there's so much that she does. But she was welcome for a request today. I don't have my glasses on. It's hurting my eye. All right, everybody ready? She wears a gown of blue, and certainly her silk-looking black hair. And her skin is flawless, and she's beautiful. And she has violet eyes. I don't know if I've ever heard that about her. And she has a great an honor that she carries with her, where, you know, she was on the throne and needs to be given that respect and honor, having her come here to be in our presence. So we'll be grateful for her taking time to come to speak with all of us today. As of the divine sphere, one of the 7 gods of light. I find this all very interesting. I am very curious, you know. I can't say many have sought me out. Interesting. Hello. I lived in a time when there was great pain also, but yet different. It was more pain inflicted, like intentional, sword, death. I would say today you live in a world where words have become the sword. And that is what I am about. The tongue, the sword of the tongue. So when you ask me about the world, I would say, how do we begin to have people understand the untruth is like a blazing fire and it burns within it. And if we allow ourselves to believe it, the fire becomes within you and it's a destructive fire. I know that is not what you wish for your world. I do understand. I did not desire to have the separation from Arias and Horus and others in my life. I do understand. So we need to create a whisper whisper from the back of the throat through the tongue. And the only word I know that would be the greatest asset. Join me. Our intention is to go to every soul who is alive on this planet on this day, and may they find peace in this vibration within their heart. Three times is a good frequency for this vibration. Once, twice a day. And not only will it have a greater occurrence of shifting you, but the vibrations of that will become you and you will walk it in your world and it will begin to feel. Have your intention to see the world as you do that sound, knowing that it is going and encircling the world with the frequency of peace. It is never that we can change the world immediately. We must make use of the gifts that we are given as light beings. Sound, frequency, even the movement of how you move in the world is a frequency that tells us, are you hurried or are you at peace? Are you in love or are you in hatred? In this world today, you can see it without knowing. You need not know these people. But what is happening is they are encouraging others to hold this fire of hatred, anger, and forgive me as I am honest, death. The intention of all of us is to live, to be fruitful, to see that but a small twig become a beautiful forest, to use our gifts into placing love and expansion everywhere we can see, through hands, through the love of the heart, through the word, through the sound. May it be so. I have made the clarion call. At times when you listen, you may join me and will begin to change the fear inside of you. There is no reason to fear, my friend. Allow the love that you have discovered to embrace that thought, that sound, and dissolve it. For you are always alive. Let that be my story for you to understand. There is no death. No death. No death. Change in a millisecond, in a moment. I bring this understanding to you and your light. Change in a millisecond of a moment. Power. May we speak about power. Power of the feminine. Yes, you speak my language, I speak yours. Let your root and your feet take you down into the center of the earth to that mother. The throat, the ajna, the root are your machines. Have them become alive. Express truth through the sword, through the tongue, in alignment with your heart and your ajna. As your earth turns, do not turn with it. Stand strong. Stand free. And discover how to be. Truth, that golden thread, lies deep within the heart, will never bring you pain. The fear of truth could and does. Contemplate for one moment. Truth, the ribbon of gold light in your heart, will never bring you pain. The opposite, which would be fear, will bring great pain. And tools of light. See the earth. See the crust that's warming. Allow your hands to bring in levitativity. So in this movement, and of Asha, a prayer to all those who cannot hear me. A prayer each day for those who cannot hear you. Let it be God who holds all these people. Let it be God who holds this task. I, with all the other 6, will be coming to speak of tomorrow, and the next, and the next, and for days after that. We've been called together, my Father, to help the world. As this day, you can now help us. You will learn in the mind to be true and speak that which is true and see the truth ribbon within your heart. And you will have no fear because all of God is near, present, walking with you as you. Blessings from my heart for your courage, for your love. Do not be afraid. Choirs of angels are around all of you. There is more help than you know. Blessings from my heart. Devil. Oh, it's so bright. Today, I spoke Isis, one of 7 gods who have come to help the earth. Today, we're not going to do messages. It was about giving her the platform to speak. Let me see. Drawing a blank. All right. I guess it was more of an experience. Would everyone agree with me? Oh, Christina, you were on. Thank you. If I think of how she felt, and her love was powerful. So, does anyone have questions for me? Lots of love from Marty. Well, that certainly brings a smile to my face. Lauren, you'll have to go back and listen, and then you'll know. It was a lot, and I could not repeat it. For she was very moving, I would say. Yes, because she's about the sword of the tongue. It was about careful with our speech, as words have power. She emphasized that there is no death and that we are covered by the angels. She gave the example of Arias dying, and yet she brought him back to life. She had that ability. It's talked about. So I've always learned if there's one that has a gift, all can have a gift. So we have to begin to think differently about ourselves. Yes. I can tell I'm very emotional. I'm sorry. It was such an amazingly beautiful night. Yeah. So, is anyone else feeling emotional? Barbara says she is. It's just how it touches you and moves things. We're all different than what we were before she spoke. Myra feels emotional also. Yeah. No, yesterday I was not able to give it because there was an echo. Must not have been the right day. But I came back today, and this is when she spoke. Everything I said echoed yesterday. So we did not have a Wednesday video. She's a lot of toning frequencies and where she's from and how she is, which we maybe aren't totally at yet, that transforms and changes. That is healing. Yes, Lauren, you might want to watch because for me it was very different than before ever. That's right. She began with a toning that it was, we could say, 3 times up to twice a day for bringing peace on earth, in the world. It was a lot. It was a lot. I can't believe it was that long. I wonder if we're ever all going to be the same. Yeah. It's all flooding, passing up quickly. You probably have a better. I'll have to watch it myself. Words are things. Thoughts are things. We need to not be so reckless and take on what we see as truth, for it isn't. It's a lie. Thank you, Marty. It was beautiful. I could feel it. You could see how it touched me so much. I can see why she doesn't come to do it often, but she'll be back as we all grow and integrate that. Yes. Oh, I got the chills on that one, Barbara. Yes, it's an art. It's I can honestly say, as much as I've toned for years, that was very different. I'm so grateful that it touched you. It touched me too. How could it not? How could it not? I have been to her temple and seen her give anointments of oil, but nothing like this. It just happened. It was worth coming on a Thursday, right? Yeah. I don't want to do anything to lose it. Amazing. Tell your friends. It's something that's very moving and very powerful. Carol, are you here? Are you all right? And what a lovely day 90 think? I don't believe she was in Egypt, but it was Egypt where she was. Usually they are off and have a retreat off land. Well, then I want to see if maybe you just had the experience and allowed it to touch you. Oh, wonder if that's how it's going to be for all of them. Yeah, a lot of teaching in it. I'm here still buzzing, so beautiful and powerful. Oh, I guess I'm sorry I didn't make it clear. Yeah, the echo. But you know what? You have to learn to take that with. It wasn't time yet yesterday. Her and I needed more time to integrate or whatever you call it. I'm glad you came today too, Cavell. It means so much to me that you're all here with me. That was very moving for me. You know, her symbol is the horns with the half moon, and that's the goddess symbol she wore. Yeah. Lots of toning. Okay. Anything else anyone might need from me? I hold you all in lots of light and embrace you with love. Babaji was here. There were a lot of people here. And that's why they came. They came for the earth. And to ones who were chosen to be a part of that. Yeah. Do you tone much, Barbara, now? When I started toning, we learned to sing our name. That's when I was in Thailand. And you wouldn't think of, you would begin how to sing your name. But we also went to the temple where there was like 50 or more young boys learning to allow toning and light language to come through. And the Buddha that we saw, very good, Barbara, said they really weren't getting it. So our teacher had us all sit down. And of course, here our voices all just ring out in light. And it was powerful, you know. And then as you work with it, you begin to understand what part that comes from you, a sound, and what it means. And yeah. You have a wonderful weekend too, Barbara. We're all going to be filled with a lot of light, sending new thoughts and speaking new words for the earth. We know it's going to all be okay. All going to be okay. All right. think that's it for me till Monday. And we'll all check in and see how we feel after this huge movement of energy. Wow. There's a wow from me. All right. Thank you so, Isis, for coming, for sharing your heart and supporting our concerns and giving us what we would call answers. Something to do. Many blessings. See y'all soon.